If she became president, then I would move to Alaska.
Yeah.
To get away.
I hear you.
But actually, I plan on being here for the long haul, whatever that means. I've lived in Arizona, South Carolina, born in Indiana, Oregon. So I've lived all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're glad to have you, man. Like I said, you're doing a stellar job in this neighborhood. You know, come right in and hit the ground running, you know, and doing a good job and everything.
Well, thanks. You know, one of the things I did want to mention was I think it would be just a high crime to move. If gentrification happens the way it happens in a lot of cities where they displace people.
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons we moved in the community we did here is because we loved the diversity of the people. It's a pretty big economic diversity here, even in our area. Because once these houses, I'm sure, was above middle class, now we've got middle class that live here. We actually probably have quite wealthy. We were at a house of a surgeon the other day. Right along, less than a block away, you've got some people that are able to now afford this area that lived on Fenkel.
Yeah.
And so we've got a socio-economic diversity, which I really like and champion.
We got people here that are at poverty level or below poverty level, living right in the neighborhood, a block away from the surgeon.
Yeah, neurosurgeon.
Neurosurgeon. So, and we got doctors and lawyers here and everything else going on.
Where else does that happen?
So you didn't get any type of cash incentive to come here. It was just a free will.
Yeah, where's your $25,000?
That's what I was going to ask.
It actually, I'll tell you what, I got no money to move here, and it cost me $17,000 to move here.
Oh, man.
Because I had to get 4 semis to move my business.
Oh, man, yeah.
So I got a lot of inventory.
Right. A lot of hubcaps.
It is a lot. Well, when I started out, I bought a junkyard out. That's how I started, so.
Oh, man.
No cash incentives.
So what did your wife think about that when you first walked in and your children and say, what was their response like? We're moving to the middle of Detroit.
Well, it didn't happen that way. We actually had talked about it. We were actually in Portland doing a lot of work in impoverished areas and a lot with actually homeless folks. And we just got, it was just a blast working in those type areas. There wasn't a lot of pretense with the people. There wasn't this, I'm better than anybody else.
Yeah.
And we actually came to the decision together, along with, even talking to the kids.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me ask you this, man. When the prom comes up, your daughters aren't going to have very many choices and selections. So when they come with the black guy, are you going to be all right with that?
They got 12. They got 12.
Yeah, no, actually, I'll be totally fine with that. I've got no problem with
interracial.
Now, if you'd have went to my parents, that would have been a different issue.
Yeah.
But, I've actually got... As a matter of fact, they've had boys want to... actually, I don't care what color they are right now. They ain't going out right now.
Right, exactly. Yeah, keep their mind on the school.
That's right. Because Dad ain't got a whole lot of money, so they got to get some scholarship money.
That's what I hate, man, when people in high school start dating and everything, and then they get their heads all messed up, man, and into love and all that kind of stuff, man, and the grades start slipping and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let it happen, man.
Well, I told them I'll let them start dating if the boy has a job and a home and could take care of you.
Yeah, there you go.
Until then, you ain't going out with him.
Right. There it is.
Now, they'll go out with groups of friends, so, it's not like but that one-on-one stuff.
No, not that one-on-one, I'm in love with you and he's my man and I'm your girl. No, man, it's too early for that, man.
He ain't got a job and he needs money.
Yeah, he's probably going to drop out, man, before he even gets out of high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the last thing you need is for your daughters to have 2 or 3 kids by the time they get out of high school. Right. From a dropout.
And it's unfortunately that's the way our society is today. I think there's one thing I would love to see change, even in our just area, is parental involvement.
Yeah.
It seems to be really lacking.
Well, look at the parents, man. The parents are like...
that's nationwide, though, really.
Parents are 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Grandmothers are in their 30s and stuff like that, man. You know, a lot of in the cities and stuff. So
yeah, my wife, her mother had her when she was 15.
Yeah.
So we know firsthand what that's like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you notice a lot of the old morals, from back in the old days just don't apply no more. It's, people don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
And it seems the parents are just like, they're of the attitude of, oh, well, whatever happens, as long as we're getting by, it's all that matters.
Right.
I want to know who dropped the ball on giving wisdom to the next generation.
Oh, yeah, that's something else.
Because we got to change that somehow.
Yeah, I know, I think my mother had dropped out of high school. She had a baby early, back in the 50s. Her first child was born in 1955. She was in high school and she was pregnant. And, in 1955, man, you got a big stomach and everything, man. You basically couldn't finish high school.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you one thing we're actually doing, and my partner Mike, who's actually another pastor in the area, he's actually started a group of 15 to 18-year-olds, and they meet Monday afternoons at his house, and it's called Man Up.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of guys who don't have father figures and teach them how to be a man.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he started that in his home, actually.
That'll work, and that sounds good.
Kind of like a big brother type deal.
Yeah, something like, I went to one of the sessions. I haven't been able to go, because I'm working, but it's like 1 o'clock on Monday afternoon. But yeah, he's trying to instill, what does it mean to be a man?
Yeah.
Because we got 30-year-old boys running around.
Yeah, exactly, because they never had a man in their life. They grew up with their mother, and their mother was at work, and they was watching TV and playing video games and out doing all kind of mess with the gang.
Yep, there's no discipline. They really do need mentorship,
Yeah, you know what? I had a little program that I had put together where I wanted to take all of these boys, because we got like thousands of them on the streets, man, young boys, all the way up through from preschool all the way up through kindergarten. High school, age, and then in their 20s and stuff. They out here, man, with no jobs, unemployment, and everything is high. And I wanted to round them all up kind of and put them into a militia in the city. I would call it the Detroit City Militia, where you really didn't have the guns involved and everything, but you have the military type structure. Like a
neighborhood watch type.
Yeah, sort of like a Job Corps type thing, where you could use the recreation centers in the city, and you could have the police officers and some of the church leaders and everything like that run the program and round these guys up, put them in a regiment, make them drill, make them do community service and stuff in the community, and basically keep them from gunning each other down and
give them some discipline. Give them incentives,
But I think we need that with all our young people, not just the guys. Our girls need to learn how to do other things other than just actually sitting around thinking about what guy they're going to date, when I'm going to get my hair done, what outfit do I need to wear to this party. We need to start instilling back into our communities things that we were instilled with back in the day. It's like when you tell your child, I used to have to be in when the street lights came on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to play stickball. I used to play hopscotch. All the fundamentals of what we were taught back in the day have actually been removed from society, and these kids no longer know how to do it. The average young girl right now, between 16 and 21, can't cook a full course meal.
Right, exactly.
They can't watch.
They can use that microwave though.
Right.
Yeah, they can make reservations real good. They know what McDonald's is, but I'm saying they don't know how to cook. They have nothing really to offer, no substance to offer if they were.
Well, they got something to offer.
Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about food. We're talking about cooking. We're talking about cleaning. We're talking about being able to maintain, and that's why the house structures has fallen apart because
they got one thing to offer. You get the cookie, man. That's it. You don't get, they don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean and this, that, and the other. And they will spend every dime in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? If you let them. But,
reminds me of that movie, Good Hair.
Yeah.
That documentary Chris Rock did.
Right.
No money, no cookies.
Right. And
so what do you think that we actually need to do, and does anyone have an idea of how we can actually start to move our cities forward and actually start to take back the society to make it our own again?
The same program I just said, put that militia program together, round the girls up and everything, give them some home ec and stuff at the community centers and all of that.
Take away them damn cell phones.
Community centers are kind of gone.
Put some women in front of them. We still have the community centers here.
We have a community center down the road, but I'll put this in. I took my family to join it.
Yeah.
I could join, my wife could join, and my 2 younger boys could join. Since my kids were over the age of 13 to 18 cannot join that community center because they have so many problems with teenagers.
Oh, really?
So my daughters were not even allowed in there.
So they basically locked the teens out of the community center.
Out of the community center.
This is Detroit City.
Yep.
Yeah, they're the ones who need to be in the community
Exactly.
center. Playing basketball or something instead of shooting people.
Yep. They've got an indoor basketball court that's beautiful in there.
Yeah.
And the only people playing on it are seniors like 65 and older.
Yeah, who don't want to play.
Right. And so I would love to be able to go in there and see what we could do to get our teens back in there and instill some discipline.
Right.
Of course they've got to behave. But yeah, my daughters couldn't even go in there, and they got a pool and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Located at?
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks. It's right around the corner from us here.
Oh, okay.
Clyde, were you saying something?
Interesting. I just feel like we, as older people, we have so much to offer, but we need to figure out a way to come together with our young to teach them and show them and motivate them to want to do something other than walk the streets, other than wanting to break in, other than wanting to steal from old people. I mean, it's just so much that they're missing, and we need to try to start, especially in our urban communities, turn these cities around and start making them to understand that they need the education system. They need to go to college. They need to learn a skill in the event that they're not going to college so that they can have something to offer substantial to the society, because right now where you used to be able to get a job like out of school, like I did working at AT&T or, General Motors or all this, and you were making $28, $30 an hour, you can't get that job now. Matter of fact, the jobs at McDonald's are being held by the people who are like 25 to 40.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I've seen that too.
Caller 281. Are you there?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to go ahead and piggyback off of the high school and the dating in high school.
Yeah.
I just graduated recently from college, and during high school, I had very good grades, and I think that was from my upbringing. I feel like early in my childhood, my parents put a lot of emphasis on early, and so by the time when I got I had the tools and the skills necessary. So by the time I got older, I made my own decisions and my own priorities. So I didn't necessarily need anyone to hold my hand or to say, no, you can't have a boyfriend because you have to do your homework. I had my own values, and by that time, my parents had instilled me with enough values for where I could make my own decisions and prioritize myself.
I hear that, and I agree with you. I can see that happening with Clete's daughters,
Yeah, we're instilling them values. Matter of fact, they have guy friends over at the house all the time. We just don't allow them to go out into, on a date wherever they may go. They got guys at the house all the time as far as friends. Yeah. And they know their first priority right now in their job in life right now is to get through school.
Yeah. Now, are the bedrooms off limits?
Actually, no.
No.
As long as there's
one leg is off the hallway. One leg in the hallway and one in the bedroom.
That's right. That's right.
I don't think your house is kind of off limit for any kid. Sounds like.
Yeah, no.
No, pretty much.
I tell you what, I believe though, it might sound old fashioned, but If you take away the distractors from these young kids, an example would be television, video games, and that damn text phone.
Yeah.
You take away those distractors and give them something that they can set their